Hi lovelies, Lisa here, wearing my glasses. I'm very, very nearsighted. Yeah. So I'm usually wearing contacts and I forget how nearsighted I am, but like when I take these off, whew. Anyway, these are my glasses. I've been homesick all day and have just been sleeping and now have roused myself. The sun is shining. Almost all the snow from the crazy snowstorms we had a couple weeks ago has melted. The dogs are out playing over yonder. It's beautiful. Life is good. I feel much better for having slept for the day. And I just wanted to make a quick video to share something I've been thinking about. Well, it's something I've thought about a lot. We all have, I think. It's a topic that's always on the margins of this online community. And then Becca in her video, Becca Tarot Night Owl, in her video yesterday, kind of with her typical tenderness and clarity and searching honesty, talked about compulsive shopping and tarot. And you know, this topic of tarot addiction or enabling, I mean, we often joke about it, hashtag so and so made me do it. You know, I guess I want to say a couple of things. One thing I want to say is, you know, this is the nature of the digital world. It's a world that works on our nervous system in ways that human technology has never been able to do before. The fact that we can have a thought, reach out and grab it, that Amazon Prime capacity to have things now, that yumminess factor of having you know, bells and vibrations and, you know, continual banners and notification and prompts that grab us. I mean, it's the yumminess factor of a technology that knows how to activate our nervous system and get us grabbing really quickly. It's also the yuckiness factor of a technology that overstimulates us. And the nervous system actually can't tell the difference between positive stimulation and negative stimulation. We just get stimulated. We just get poked right in our, you know, in our dopamine receptors. We just get like a little burst of or you know, and this turns into stress over time. So I guess, I hope this makes sense. I'm kind of covering a really broad area of research and neuroscience very, very quickly, and I don't mean to make things sound complicated or needlessly complex. I guess what I really want to say is that a whole bunch of what we identify as personal compulsive behavior is actually the result of a world of technology that works on our nervous system in very predictable ways. So, you know, recognizing that fact, this is not just about an individual failing of will. This is about the nervous system and how it's designed to work, and then also the environment we live in. And all of the positive things about living in this digital world, the way that we can be connected, the way that I can talk to you immediately, that's also tied to all the ways in which the digital world hurts us and distracts us painfully, overstimulates us, overtaxes our resources, financial and neurological. So that's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say is, you know, this is actually something that mindfulness practice can help with. Mindfulness practice is designed to help us notice what's going on at any given moment in our nervous system, in our hearts, in our bodies, in our minds. To notice the way that we get triggered, the way that we get poked and prodded. And in noticing those triggers, to give us another option besides resist, or partake. And that other option is simply to attend to, to note, to inhabit. So I've talked about this before in terms of a very simple practice called itch practice, and that's where we notice when an itch, physical itch, like my skin itching, when that arises, and rather than scratch the itch, we just ride the waves of the sensation of itching. Now, chances are, as I've talked about itching, somewhere in your body is now starting to itch, right? As I talk about the sensation of the skin itching, probably, since we are such suggestible social creatures, part of you is starting to itch. And I invite you not to scratch that itch. In doing so, we can start to become aware in a very lived and embodied way. We can start to become aware of the ways in which sensations arise. We are triggered by things, and reactions start to form. Between the two, between the trigger and the reaction, there is a space, there is a gap. Between stimulus and response lies a space. That space is the space of our freedom. And I'm quoting a quote that has been attributed to the Holocaust survivor and psychoanalyst Viktor Frankl, but actually he never said it. It was probably just Stephen Covey who invented that saying, but it's a good saying nonetheless, and I'll put it in my comments below or slap it up on the screen here because I can never remember the precise wording. But between stimulus and response, there's a space. Mindfulness helps us inhabit that space, just to notice how we're being triggered in any given moment. As tarot lovers, this is where the 78 can come in. So here's what I'm going to invite you to do. And I'm going to cut this video short because it's really bright out here and I'm a little bit spacey still, and I just wanted to do a quick little tidbit, nubbin here. But here's what I invite you to do. The next time you feel that itch, that metaphysical itch of wanting, that sense of lack, of I want that deck, or let me go on Amazon and look at decks, or let me go on eBay, that's my drug of choice. Let me go on eBay, Lisa's drug of choice, and let me scout for, you know, the 100th deck that I don't really need. The next time you feel that, and actually Becca alluded to this practice in her video, why not pick up a deck, shuffle the cards, whatever deck it is. I've got the Radiant Rider-Waite here. Whatever deck it is. And I invite you to take that craving, that yearning, that itchiness, that metaphysical sense of void, of ache, whatever it is. I invite you to say to the deck, whoops, what is this feeling? Tell me about this feeling. I invite you to say to the deck, to ask the deck, to converse with the deck. What is this feeling? Tell me about this feeling, this itch, this sense of lack. Tell me about it. And then see what the deck says. How is my metaphysical itchiness related to my sense of life's changes, of impermanence, of the inability that I have to remain at the tippy top, the inevitable sense of falling off the wheel, of turning, of churning. So the deck has given me an answer about the itchiness, the craving. And now I'm going to ask the deck. I'm going to say, tell me more. How do I work with this fear of impermanence? How do I work with this sense of the churning of the wheel? How do I work more skillfully with my own itchy nature and my own powerful impulse to scratch that itch? Okay. Let's align ourselves, y'all. Let's manifest some freedom here. Yeah. Sometimes the deck really speaks. In fact, more often than not. Okay, I hope this video made sense. By the way, I am using here, this is what I wanted to talk a little bit more about. I'm using here a version of the Radiant Rider-Waite that was printed in China, and I love it. I mean, I don't adore this deck. I really appreciate this deck, but I love this version of the deck. This was printed in China. This is the box. And what happened was I actually wrote the folks at US Games. I just wrote to their customer service and I said, I've bought the Radiant Rider and the one I have was printed in Italy. That was this one, made in Italy. And I don't like the cardstock, it's really shiny. I said to them, I don't like the cardstock, it's shiny, it feels flimsy. Have you printed the deck ever in China? And they said yes. And I said, do you have any more copies of that? And they said yes, maybe we do. And they shipped me out. It had already been opened, but they re-shrink wrapped it for me. They shipped me out a luscious Chinese printing of this deck. The cards are thicker, they're more matte, and they have that kind of silky feel, that silky waxy feel. So yeah, Chinese printing. You know, I've said a lot on my channel negative about Chinese bootleg editions, and that's, you know, I mean, that's not fair to single out an entire nation, because I really want to say, like, Chinese printing rocks. They invented the printing press, y'all, so they know what they're doing. The Italians invented the tarot, but these days, if I have to choose between these, whoops, you can see even the box is bigger on the Chinese printed version. Right now, what they're shipping out is Italian printed versions, but if we keep telling them, hey, we like the more matte, we like the things that are printed in China, they will listen to us. They are real people. US Games, real people. Okay. Thanks for watching, you guys.